Coraje, esperanza y unión. Esos son los valores que han forjado la historia de los Estados Unidos. Este 2024, Trump y Kamala se enfrentan en un duelo, donde no solo está en juego el futuro del país, sino del planeta.
Trump or Kamala, would you vote?
Recorrimos desde las calles de Nueva York hasta el último rincón de este gran país, buscando entender qué dicta el corazón del pueblo. ¿Quién ganará, Trump o Kamala?
I'm voting for Donald Trump. Facts. He freed a lot of people from prison. He looked out for us during COVID, and that's my guy.
Trump or Kamala?
I would vote for Kamala.
Republicans and Democrats, they both just want to take your rights away, you know what I mean?
Trump.
Trump?
I don't. Trump? I think Trump. I think he's gonna win.
Estamos en los Estados Unidos de Norteamérica y hoy vas a ver qué es lo que piensa la gente en las calles de los Estados Unidos sobre las próximas elecciones. ¿Trump o Kamala? Acá lo ves.
My name is Dimitri. I'm 21 years old.
Okay, Dimitri. Oh, you're very young, man.
Yeah.
21 years old.
Yeah, I'm voting for Donald Trump.
Uh-huh.
Facts. He freed a lot of people from prison. He looked out for us during COVID, and that's my guy.
What do you think about the economy currently with Kamala?
She worried about the wrong stuff that's not important. That's my personal opinion. I feel like she's worried about irrelevant stuff.
Which are the things that you think that the president is supposed to be taking care of right now in the US?
Shortage on funds in schools. I feel like they could put more money in the prison system. That way we can get better programs. That way we can learn more things and we can better recope. I just feel like they can put more money in the city.
Have you been to prison, bro?
Yes.
For how long?
2.5 years.
For how long have you been out now?
Like 3 weeks.
3 weeks, so it's quite recent.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
I feel good. I want Donald Trump to become president. I'm trying to become a better citizen for real.
Is it possible to reinsert in society?
Yeah, of course. A lot of people do it.
So are you looking for a job? What are you doing right now?
Well, right now I do have a job. I work at Amazon.
Ah, okay, great, amazing, man.
Yeah.
So it's 3 weeks that you've been out of jail and you already have a job. Congratulations,
yeah.
man.
My mom worked there, so she kind of helped me get it fast.
What do you think about the perspective of your future right now? Where do you see yourself at?
I think in 4 years, I should have a lot of jewelry.
A lot of jewelry.
Yes, sir.
Uh-huh.
No, seriously.
Why did you end up in jail?
I made some bad choices, needed some money. I wound up robbing the store at 18 years old, and they gave me 2.5 years for it.
Holding at gunpoint the guy
I never touched a gun a day in my life. I actually went in there with a note.
with a note.
Yeah.
What did he say?
The note said that if you don't give me $200, I'm gonna shoot everybody in here. And they gave me $200, but they wound up calling the police, and they found me. So I got caught. Yeah.
So how do you feel about it right now?
It was dumb and stupid, and it made me waste 2.5 years of my life.
Kamala or Trump?
Oh, I'm not enrolled in the voting system at all because I don't want to be involved in that kind of jurisdiction. Don't vote.
That's your message? Don't vote?
Yeah.
Trump or Kamala, would you vote?
No.
Like there are two bills inside the room, right? And so the one says Kamala, the other one says Trump.
Still no. None of them. I go away. I leave them.
Or we put a K and a T.
Still no.
So no.
No.
Or
Vote
yes.
No. No. I do not consent to either one of them.
Kamala?
No.
Trump?
None of them. Each man his own king. Each man his own God.
But I mean,
so no to the man.
Trump,
why?
the best, man. Yeah, he's the
Kamala or Trump?
Trump.
Trump?
Yeah.
And why is that?
Because he's the president.
What do you think about the economy in the last years? For example, Kamala was the vice president, currently the vice president. Do you think the economy went better, worse, or the same as with Trump?
It got worse.
Worse with Kamala. That's why you want Trump?
Yeah, make it better.
And what do you do for a living, Keith?
Athlete, football,
You're a football player, man.
but digital hubble.
Kamala or Trump?
Neither. I don't like neither. I don't like the system.
Do you vote?
No.
Where are you from? You're from here, from the States?
I was born here, yeah.
And why don't you vote?
Because I don't like the system that we have, that we got to pick the best of the, both evils.
Uh-huh.
I'd rather have like a Libertarian Party or a Green Party, you know what I mean? Republicans and Democrats, they both just want to take your rights away, you know what I mean?
So what would you like the political representation of the country to be like?
It's more freedom. The government shouldn't tell you, what you can, what you can't do with your body. And then on the other side of the coin, I think they should bear the right, or have the right to bear arms, you know what I mean?
At the end of the day, when you go to the voting ballot, what are you going to do?
I'm not going.
Just not going?
Yeah.
What do you do for a living?
Right now, I'm a stay-at-home mom.
Okay, so you're currently working at home, taking care of your kids. What do you think about inflation in the US?
Oh, it's bad.
What do you think about what Trump said, that the Haitians are eating the cats and eating the dogs?
He might not be lying. People do eat cats and dogs in other countries.
Trump or Kamala, what do you think?
I prefer the vice presidential candidates. I think they're both more interesting. Tim Walz and J.D. Vance. They're having a debate next week, I understand. I look forward to watch that.
One quick question. Trump or Kamala? Trump o Kamala, ¿a quién vas a votar? ¿A Kamala? ¿Por qué? ¿Tenés los papeles o qué onda? Escuchame, I don't speak Spanish, me dijiste. Me dijo, I don't speak Spanish. Sos un chanta, hermano. ¿De dónde sos? De Honduras. Qué hermoso, querido. Hola, amiga. Hola. Hola. ¿A quién vas a votar? Kamala or Trump? How old are you, man?
44.
Who are you gonna vote for in the upcoming elections?
I'm not sure exactly. I don't even know who's running.
Trump or Kamala?
I would vote for Kamala.
And why is that?
Because I like the way that she actually presents herself. But also I still like the way Trump is as well. He's a intelligent businessman. More likely will vote for Kamala.
How do you evaluate the last years of Kamala as vice president? Do you think the economy was better or worse than with Trump?
To be honest, I'm not exactly sure, but I believe that far as him being in the public eye, doing things that not politically correct far as a president, that's kind of like when he had the march on the White House and things like that. Also the sex scandal with the porn star or whatever, but he still did a good job overall. I don't think that Kamala was in the forefront because of Biden. Yes.
What do you think about Joe Biden?
I believe he's, stuck in his ways. He's old school, He's not able to reach the younger generations.
Do you think by any chance that he's senile?
No, I don't believe that. I believe that he's just out of touch. Older people use adages and things like that, and younger people really don't use adages.
Have you seen the images when he freezes?
No, I think that's when he fell or something. Yeah, I saw that.
What's your name and what's your age?
David.
And David, do you know who you're going to vote for in the upcoming elections? Is it going to be Kamala or Trump?
Oh, I don't. Trump? I think Trump. I think he's gonna win.
Are you going to vote for him or not?
Oh, yeah.
So is it Kamala or is it Trump?
I'm almost afraid to say it in public.
Every time I ask somebody here in the US who they're going to vote for, they are worried about speaking out what they think. Why is that?
Because that's how they keep us divided, with fear.
Estamos en los Estados Unidos de Norteamérica. Hoy vamos a salir a recorrer la calle para ver a quién va a votar la gente en las próximas elecciones, Kamala o Trump. Míralo en este video. Nos estamos acercando a la Casa Blanca. Fíjense que empiezan a haber un montón de móviles de la policía. En este caso, recién pasamos, había una oficial que estaba ahí de civil en la esquina, pero se notaba que era una oficial porque vimos que hizo una comunicación con el handy. A medida que nos vamos acercando hay más seguridad, así que esto va a estar interesante. Estamos infiltrando la seguridad presidencial de los Estados Unidos. Acabamos de ingresar detrás del perímetro. Hay otro segundo vallado policial, vamos a ver si lo podemos pasar. Ahora van a ver que detrás mío hay un agente de seguridad e inteligencia que va a pasar, que es un tipo que tiene anteojo de sol, traje negro. Ahora lo van a ver, esperen que me hago un poco acá el boludo, presten atención. Ese que pasa ahora, justo a mis espaldas, es un agente de seguridad secreto de la CIA de los Estados Unidos. Hay varios agentes, según la información que tengo, que están distribuidos acá en toda la plaza, en todo el parque alrededor de la Casa Blanca. Estamos en la White House de los Estados Unidos. Hoy hay una manifestación, vamos a hablar con la gente, vinieron con las banderas de Ucrania para ver un poco qué opinan de la actualidad política aquí en los Estados Unidos. Where are you from?
I'm from South Korea.
From South Korea, mira. Trump or Kamala?
Kamala. Fuck Trump.
And why?
Because he's racist. Come on.
Trump or Kamala?
Victory for Ukraine.
What do you think about what Trump said about Ukraine?
I'm waiting for victory for Ukraine and for them to support with money and pass the Stand with Ukraine Act.
We all want Russia to lose. Russia's made it clear they're not going to stop until they conquer as much as they can get away with. I think all of us, every candidate running for any office in America today wants Russia to lose. And we call on everyone to do more for Ukraine. I'm speaking as an American with no personal connection to Ukraine. This is our safety and security here in America. We do not want this war to escalate. And the best way to put the lid on Russia and China is to stand firm, to have a consistent, firm policy with our allies, and to support Ukraine and Taiwan and everyone else standing against aggression.
So elections are coming up. Are you going to vote for Kamala?
I am going to vote for whoever can ensure our country's best future.
Have you made up your mind? Are you going to vote for her? I guess so, right?
We'll see. I'm not here talking about myself. I'm here talking about Ukraine.
What do you think about the economy in the US in the last years? How do you analyze the situation? Has it gone better or worse than with Donald Trump?
I think that with everything that's happened in the past few years, it's very hard to compare apples and oranges.
So better or worse?
With COVID, we all talk about what the president does. The president does not have absolute power, and they shouldn't have absolute power. The president doesn't control the economy. The president does stuff to help, but we all need to work together to make sure our government keeps functioning, and thank you, Congress, for making sure that happens. We all need to work together to make sure that we have economic stability. And I've seen good things from both parties, and we all need to make up our own opinions here as Americans.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Están los medios de comunicación de todos los estados de aquí de los Estados Unidos, han llegado para hacer la cobertura aquí. Y aquí el hombre tiene un cartel, he has a sign that says, "Save Ukraine's army, end brutal, corrupt Zelensky dictatorship, restore democracy." Hello, sir.
Sí, ¿cómo estás?
¿Cómo estás? ¿Todo bien?
Bien.
¿De dónde eres?
Yo soy de Texas, pero he estado en Ucrania ya 3 años y he asistido a muchos soldados. Hay miles de colombianos y latinoamericanos peleando por Ucrania. Pues yo he asistido. Voy a los hospitales y traduzco porque yo sé ucraniano y sé ruso y por eso puedo asistir con los jóvenes que están.
¿Kamala o Trump? ¿A quién vas a votar?
Yo pienso que Trump.
¿Cómo dice usted, señor?
Que Trump va a ganar.
¿Por qué piensa eso tan seguro?
Porque necesitamos un presidente como Trump. O sea, la economía, todo está malo ahorita con esta gente que está ahorita de encargada de eso.
Y todo está desorganizado, sí.
Pero Trump está a favor de Rusia en el conflicto, yo estoy equivocado.
Es que yo soy dueño de un small business. Con los años que Trump estuvo encargado de la presidencia, había más dinero, la economía estaba un poquito mejor. Sí. Y ahorita, estos 4 años, nosotros como small business estamos sufriendo porque no hay dinero. El gobierno no da dinero a la mega estructura del país, como la construcción, ¿me entiendes? Yo apoyo a Trump 100%.
¿Vos sos argentina?
Yo soy argentina.
¿Y qué haces acá? Mirá, es argentina ella.
Sacando una foto.
¿A quién vas a votar? ¿A Kamala o a Trump?
A Kamala.
Está bien. Bueno.
No, de que la economía con Trump estaba mejor. Pues yo no creo que también Putin sea un mal presidente también. El mundo está mejor con Trump porque no hay guerras y todo eso, ¿me entiendes? O sea, Trump es un presidente que, para mí que vivo en Texas.
¿Económicamente te fue peor con el gobierno de Kamala?
Sí, exacto, 100%. Bajó mucho. Cuando estaba Trump de presidente había más trabajo, había más dinero y la economía estaba un poquito mejor. Y también es un presidente que creo yo de que alrededor del mundo lo respetan. Y eso es lo que nosotros necesitamos aquí, un presidente que lo respeten.
Estamos en el punto más importante del mundo, directo enfrente de la Casa Blanca. Hablemos. Robert, I'm Tommy, I'm from Argentina. Do you live here in the US?
Yes.
And why particularly are you here today? What brought you to take the decision to come here?
This is a demonstration in support of Ukraine in front of the White House, which is directly behind us. We were earlier today at Congress. We're here to ask the United States to let Ukraine strike back against military targets in Russia. The Russian military has been carrying out a full-scale, horrific war of invasion against Ukraine for over 900 days, destroying entire cities and bombarding civilian areas with bombers that they're launching from Russian air bases. We're here today to ask the Biden administration to allow the Ukrainian military to use American weapons to strike back against Russian air bases and Russian military facilities in Russia.
I'm the truth conductor. Don is my name. They call me the truth conductor.
Don, the truth conductor?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir, and do you know who you're going to vote for in the upcoming elections?
Pretty much, but regardless to who wins, we still screwed.
So the economy is better or worse off with Kamala now?
Well, see, here's the thing, man. If she wins, she's going to do what she's told, all right? Because if you go back and look, in every position that she's had, it's been given to her. It's not something that she's earned. If Trump wins, then he's going to be stuck on the golf course and getting revenge. So we still screwed. You know, you can't be on the golf course and getting revenge and have the interests of the people at heart. So regardless to who wins, if you don't have money to go where you want to, when you want, and do what you want and not have to worry, you're screwed. It's just that simple. And see, we won't speak to each other. We're scared of each other. That's why I'm trying to get people to stop hating each other because they disagree. Somewhere along the line, we've gotten hate and disagreement to mean the same, and they don't.
Every time I ask somebody here in the US who they're going to vote for, they are worried about speaking out what they think. Why is that?
Because that's how they keep us divided with fear, you see? And we got more in common than we do differences if we just talk to one another. But because they have instilled so much fear, we don't want to commit. Notice the people that are afraid of each other, that won't speak to us, all paying the same high food prices, same high gas prices. We still making the rich richer, but we scared of each other. But we still make the rich richer. And if I ask you, name me a rags to riches story that you know of, you can't think of one. But the rich is still getting richer. Okay, and that's by design, man. It's designed for none of us to be able to break through. I've been out here with this sign 4 years. This is the answer that you can put anywhere in the world. How come I'm not viral?
How much money can you make with your work in one day?
I don't know. It just depends on how generous people are. Just depends.
So in average, how much? Like the best day and the worst day?
$100, my worst day could be 20.
So is it enough to go by? Can you make ends meet?
Man, I serve a good God. God say, don't be weary in doing good. I'm out here doing good. Man, I'm giving people an experience they'll never get in their lifetime. Never again in their life. To hear their national anthem. Some even sing their national anthem in front of the White House. How many times they going to get a chance to do that in their lifetime?
Last thing I want to ask to you.
Okay.
Could you give a message for everybody that's watching this video, for everybody that's American that's watching this video about the upcoming elections?
Listen, regardless to who you vote for, vote. Okay, and sometimes it's discouraging because if America want to get right, we need to get rid of the electoral college. Okay, because our votes really, you can have the popular vote and still lose. The electoral college is our issue. That's our Achilles heel. We need to get rid of the electoral college so that every vote counts.
Wait, one more question. What has happened with prices in the last months here in the US? Because everybody gives me a different answer. People say prices have gone down, other people say prices have gone up. What do you think?
Oh no, prices have definitely gone up. Prices, I mean, that's what I'm telling you. We scared of each other, we won't speak to each other, but we all paying the same high prices.
Right outside the White House, do you have any idea who you're going to vote for in the upcoming elections?
Well, I don't like either of the major party candidates. So, I mean, I like Cornel West, I like Jill Stein. I also know that the multi-billion-dollar conglomerates don't flood money into their campaigns. So there's no way that good can win.
So if you have to choose between Trump or Kamala, who would you choose?
I choose to stay home.
Mahesh.
Mahesh. Okay, Mahesh, do you vote here?
Yeah.
Who are you going to vote for in the upcoming elections?
I haven't decided yet.
Kamala or Trump?
I'm from Texas. You can understand.
Trump.
Absolutely.
What do you think about the economy in the last years?
Economy is not bad either.
Has it gone better or worse with Kamala now?
It's same. But related to my industry where I work, it's down. I work in the trucking industry, so it's totally bad.
So you're from Nepal. Donald Trump wants to install a very strict regulation for immigration. What do you think about that?
Basically, I myself came on a legal process, and I have to wait a couple of years to get approved. So I think that is better. Everybody is welcome here, but have to stay in the system.
My name is Kazak.
Kazak, okay. So you're from here, from the US. Do you live in Washington?
Yes.
Who are you going to vote for in the upcoming elections?
Bernie Sanders.
Bernie Sanders, yeah? Come on.
I'm independent.
But are you going to vote for Kamala or are you going to vote for Trump?
I'm not sure at this point.
What do you think about the economy in these last years? Do you think it has gone better or worse than with Trump?
That's kind of hard to tell because of things that happened, the pandemic and all of that. I see pretty much just returning back to the way it was before the pandemic, so I would say about even.
Do you think there's more insecurity right now in the US? Are there more problems or less than before?
I think it's more insecurity. Election part of the season. It's always that way.
So you're from Kansas City. Have you made up your mind about the upcoming elections, the presidential elections?
Yes, I have.
So is it Kamala or is it Trump?
I'm almost afraid to say it in public.
Why is that everybody is afraid to speak about their political opinion here in the US? I don't understand. Kamala?
Absolutely, all the way.
What made you take that decision?
I just like her ideals. I just think she's a great person, and I don't think the other one is all that. Sorry.
What about the economy? What analysis do you do on economy in the last years? Do you think it has gone better or worse than with Trump?
It wasn't real good with Trump, but it seems to be a little bit better.
Quante, and I'm 37 years old.
What are you actually up to right now?
I am trying to get money to get something to eat and something to drink.
When was the last time that you were able to sleep under a roof?
Probably 2015. It's been a long time, so I'd say maybe 10 years.
What do you think about the upcoming elections? Who are you going to vote? Trump or Kamala?
I don't know yet. I'm still deciding.
How do you get by every day?
I stand right here, or I go down there by the harbor across the street here, by the Cheesecake Factory, something like that, you know.
But how do you get food? Like, where do you get food from?
Where I get.
So you ask the people and just you leave off whatever the people will give you. That's what you are doing right now. There's no other way you get food.
Yes, yeah, pretty much. That's how it is right now.
Is it tough for you?
Yes, it is. It is.
En este recorrido por las calles y el corazón de los Estados Unidos, hemos escuchado las voces que reflejan la grandeza de una nación que sigue soñando y luchando. Las elecciones en 2024 no son solo una decisión política, son el reflejo de los valores que este país ha construido a lo largo de su historia. Libertad, igualdad y esperanza. Gracias por mirar mis videos. Sumate a la comunidad y nos vemos la próxima. Un abrazo.